All right, Mom and Dad, what do you think of this one? If your underage children drink inside your home while you're out of town, it's your fault, Mom and Dad, and you'll pay the price. That's according to a new law on Mercer Island in the state of Washington. The new law does not take into consideration if the parents knew in the first place the kids were drinking, if there was drinking going on in their house. For a fair and balanced legal debate, we're joined by former prosecutor Kelly Saindon and criminal defense attorney Rebecca Nitkin. Kelly, let's start with you. Good idea, bad idea?
You know, there should be some exceptions to this, but generally speaking, it's a good idea. Property owners are liable for what happens on their property. Underage drinking, someone gets hurt, you have to hold the parents accountable.
Yeah, if I slip and fall on your property, Rebecca, I can sue you.
Yeah, you can, but this is a bad idea. It's not constitutional. There's a couple elements to it. First, there has to be a party, obviously. Secondly, there's got to be bad behavior, and this is the underage drinking. Third, there's got to be something that calls the police that comes to your home. And fourth, there's got to be a responsible party. And the doctrine of evidence that calls for a responsible party is a knowing responsible party. And if your parent is not there, they're in London, they're off of the property, they don't know what's going on. And therein lies the problem. Now, these laws are not new. They're ordinances that are passed all over the place. One person passes it because of the pressure from the communities. And when you get into the courtroom, the Constitution follows you. And that's where usually it ends up in the Court of Appeals. And the Court of Appeals says it's overly broad, it's not constitutional. And if you think about it, that makes sense, because even with a civil penalty, there is a burden, and the burden is preponderance of the evidence, and you can't get over that.
Kelly, before I read a statement from the Mercer Island City Council member, respond to Rebecca.
Well, the thing about it is to say it's unconstitutional is ridiculous. You own property, you're liable for what happens. You are the party charged with making sure no laws are being broken on your property. To say that someone's being deprived their rights because they don't have intent is unbelievable. If someone's dealing drugs out of your house, you're responsible. If underage drinking's going on, you're responsible.
Court of Appeals in
there
San
should
Bernardino
definitely be
that.
some sort of exceptions, but to say that there's no criminal intent, this is an ordinance. This isn't a crime. This is breaking law. It's
has
an
a
ordinance.
burden.
Rebecca, hold on just a second. Let me read this here. Mercer Island City Council member Mike Sarro. As with most communities, underage drinking is an unfortunate consequence of growing up. The looking away during underage drinking parties risks good kids falling into regrettable situations that may haunt them for the rest of their lives. Rebecca, what do you think of that?
It does, and everybody knows that there shouldn't be underage drinking. However, you have to be reasonable. And, you know, say the parents say, I'm going away, and Jeff, dear, I want you to stay with Keith's parents. Keith's parents say, okay, we'll take care of Jeff. Next thing you know, they're going to the movies. Instead of going to the movies, they're back at the house. And then Bob comes over and brings Sam, and Sam brings a bottle of whiskey. And then Sam goes out and kills somebody. I guess we should hold the parents who are in London responsible for vehicular homicide.
Parents are always held responsible for the actions of their minor children. Parents are absolutely always on the hook if their minor does something wrong.
Yes,
it is true.
Be sued
Parents
for
are responsible. If a 5-year-old kicks out a lawn chair and someone falls and gets hurt, the parents get sued. Their car insurance gets sued. Their home insurance gets sued.
That's called an intentional tort, and you cannot be sued for an intentional tort.
You should read the case law. It's true.
Rebecca?
It's true.
Respond.
Yes, sir.
Rebecca, go.
Parents cannot be sued for an intentional tort of their child unless there's some negligence involved. For instance, if your child goes to high school and punches somebody's teeth out, they cannot be sued for the intentional tort of their child.
They would unequivocally be sued.
The screaming doesn't make the point true.
They would be sued. Their homeowners would cover it. They would be sued. They would absolutely be sued.
And then there's some negligence involved.
Okay, get on Facebook. Tweet me right now at Mike Jarek or Clayton or Ainsley. We got to hear what you think about that, parents. Thank you both very much.
Thanks, Mike. Happy New Year.
Spirited debate. Good.
Happy New Year, Mike. Happy New Year, everyone.
All right, coming up on our show, how to hold